And so what I've learned, and it's been a really hard journey, is to live in the moment.
That I could have died there and then, and it wasn't my time. There will be bad days, and that's okay.
I accept that there's people that don't like me. Laura, tell me about, in your experience, some of the biggest barriers to getting better. What do you look back at and think, oh God, that really got in the way of me getting better?
Oh, do you know what? I think that the biggest barrier is the fact that you don't know when you will get better. It's that not knowing. And for me, I think about doctors and people that are injured physically, and you can put splints on your leg when it's injured. You can put bandages, plasters over wounds. But with mental health, there isn't that. You can't do that. And you can wake up one day and feel amazing, but wake up the next day and not feel so good.
Yeah.
So it is the not knowing. But I think it's about pushing through, like we've spoken about previously. But absolutely, the biggest barrier is, especially with my PTSD, is the not knowing, because I can get in a car in the morning and nothing will trigger me throughout the first 2 hours. I can be on the road, on the motorway, and no one's indicated to change lanes in front of me, or within the first, 5 minutes, and then no one's changed lanes without indicating. But as soon as somebody changes lanes without indicating, it's a shock, it's a flashback, and then I'm sort of not set up for the day.
Wow,
and it puts me back. I've got that flashback, and then I get to the night time, and if I've seen an accident on the road in the afternoon, I'm having a nightmare that night. It's hard.
If I was a passenger in your car at that time, would I notice you're going through that?
If you are close enough to me to know, like my partner will pick up on the signs, and my closest friends will. What helps me is having people in the car that don't necessarily know the full extent of what's going on in my head, because they help me to get past it by just having a conversation, or I'm putting on music.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think passengers help because I know as well I've got to keep them safe.
Yeah.
It's having someone in the car that I can turn to and talk and have a conversation with, and they become my distraction. But if you are close enough to me, you will know that if I see a big red lorry, or someone's changed lanes without indicating, or someone's cut in front of me, or I've seen an accident, you know that they're the things that are gonna set me off.
Yeah.
And what about the biggest barrier for you, Ash? I think.
Yeah, the biggest barrier for me is that my own and the world expectation of instant answers. And in our world now, it's great that we can have instant answers to so many things. So if I've got a question, I can Google it and it will come up there. If I need a book, Amazon will probably get it to me by tonight. We live in that instant world. With most illnesses, you can take a tablet and it's sorted. Mental health isn't like that. And I think the world and I personally, when I was first ill, that's what got in the way for me. That was, I've got anxiety and depression, I need a tablet that'll make me feel better. And that really got in the way for me. I allowed that to get in the way, that I wanted an instant response to this. And, you know, we look in the world around us, don't we? And if you're unhappy with your body, if you can afford it, you can instantly have your teeth done, you can have your cheeks done, you can have your butt done, you can have whatever. And so there's no easy or quick answers to mental health. And so that really got in the way for me. That was a frustration that I had. I'm someone that if I want something to happen, I can make it happen. And yet I couldn't make this happen overnight. I couldn't. you have to be patient, and you have to put the legwork in.
And
you
did
have
it
to put the
become
mileage in.
frustration?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The frustration was really, really deep, and wanting things to happen. And I see that in people around me that go through what I've gone through, is they just can't put it right straight away, and so that frustration is really there.
Yeah.
So that's just a really big barrier for me, is that what society expects. And I think also the medical profession, for understandable reasons, wants to medicate people out of every single illness. And with depression and anxiety, it ain't just medication. It's a whole mix of different things.
Absolutely, 100% agreed.
Mm.
I think the therapy, some people also really do not want medicating.
Yeah.
So it's being able to find ways and put that hard work into getting better.
And you must wish
having
there
that
was like a
courage.
PTSD tablet
Yeah.
that you took it and it would go.
Yeah, I mean, I was put on another tablet for PTSD, but they say it will get worse before it gets better. And actually, the first week or 2 weeks, I actually couldn't cope. So I actually came off it for a little while.
Wow, okay.
Because I couldn't understand why it was making me feel so bad
Yeah.
when I was feeling so good,
Yeah.
other than having the after effects of my accident. In terms of general life,
Yeah.
I was feeling so good, but I just couldn't manage those after effects, that PTSD. And so that's why I ended up going on those tablets. But I actually couldn't cope with how it made me for the first couple of weeks.
And that,
I
that
wish-
medication experience, it's actually quite common for a growing amount of people that it makes them feel worse.
Yeah.
And it makes it, and I've always said to people, you know, I think medication has a real important role.
Yeah.
I really think it does, but it's not the be all and the end all.
No. And I think it can work as well, but it's being very clear on how it works and
Yeah.
what to expect, and then using other methods alongside that to help as well, like self-help methods. I mean, I used to have an app called I Am on
Okay.
my phone, and it sends you positive affirmations every day. So
Wow,
it's
okay.
things like that alongside, and it's putting them all together and giving yourself the best chance of actually following through with, I can do this.
Yeah, and I never want to be someone that blames others for what I'm going through, because I have to own it and I have to deal with that. But I do think one of the barriers is how the NHS deals with a lot of this. And I get money's a challenge, and I get quite rightly medication can help so many illnesses. But my experience was, when I initially felt anxious, I went on quite a normal anxiety medication. Lots of people use it, citalopram I think it's called, and that made me feel worse. And the GP's answer was then to put me on another medication, which was sertraline, which lots of people are on, and it works great. But then that didn't work. And so they then put me on a third one, same one, called Prozac, which lots of people use, and it works for lots of people. These medications were gradually making me feel worse, and to a point where I'm sitting in a GP surgery and I'm in floods of tears and I'm engulfed by anxiety, and the GP said, I don't know what else to do. What would you like me to give you? And one of the things when you're really depressed is you lose hope. And for a medical professional to say, I don't know what to do, what would you like? You know, at some point, if it would just shoot me, that's what I'd quite like right now, just to feel better. But I think it's that health service push that everything can be medicated. And it's not the whole answer. It's not the whole answer for depression, anxiety. It's not the whole answer for PTSD. It's just not. And we need to kind of have a wider conversation about that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that actually, and that's so hard to hear that a medical professional turned around and said that, because that is not what you want when you're in that position, is it? Looking back, if I was in a GP surgery and the doctor had turned around and said that to me, you would lose hope.
Oh gosh, and there was one point when I went in again and a student doctor saw me because they didn't have anyone else to see me, and his best advice was, there's a Buddhist temple near where you live, why don't you go there and just get some meditation? And I get the benefits of meditation, but when there's a guy in front of you falling apart, you ain't going to meditate it out, flipping heck. And it's whether that's their lack of knowledge or just that lack of understanding of the issue. You wouldn't go into a doctor's surgery with a broken leg and they'll say, run it off.
Yeah.
Go on, go for a quick run. That will sort it.
And that's
so,
the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, there's
That is
so
the
much more
problem.
to learn.